Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and I'm a business coach, energy healer, and dance guide for entrepreneurs who want to make more money and magic doing what they love. And so if that sounds like you, you're in the right place. And today we're going to be doing some goal setting for the new year. And so if you're in business for yourself, if you're an entrepreneur, goal setting, is very important just to have an idea of where you're going and where you're heading and how to get there. And so I'm going to be asking a series of questions so that you can really reflect and get insight on what you want to do in the year ahead. Go ahead and get out your journal if you don't have it already. If you have your notes app, that's great too, to jot down some thoughts. And we'll go ahead and get started with question number one. Question number one is, what was the most lucrative thing that you did last year? And so lucrative can mean many things. In this context, mean in the financial sense, but if you feel like you want to choose a different definition for lucrative, be my guest. You might be like, I had the most joy in this area of my life, or the most freedom in this area of my life. But if you're in business for yourself and you want to kind of take a look at what kind of felt the most lucrative, I want you to reflect on that now. The most lucrative thing that you did in the past year. What was the most profitable? What was the most revenue generating? Take a look at that and just notice what that is and notice how you feel about that thing. Question number two is, what was the most joyful thing that you did last year? And so that can be anything in regards to your business or maybe in your life. What was the most joyful thing that you did last year? And so the reason why we're asking these two questions first is because I want you to notice if there's any crossover or if there's a lot of contrast between those two things. And if there's a lot of contrast, my next question is really going to help. And so question number three is, how can you maybe merge the most lucrative things with potentially the most joyful things that happened last year? Now, this is a chance to get creative. I want you to just imagine for yourself what that could be and what that could feel like for you, or what that could look like for you if you could merge both the lucrative and the joyful things in your life and in your business. What could that look like? What would that mean? What would it feel like? And so maybe you don't feel like you're at that point yet, and that's okay. I just want you to notice if there might be a chance or a possibility for you to cross those over more than you might right now. Question number four is, what things that were the most lucrative do you feel called to do again in the year ahead? Now, this is really important because just because something makes money doesn't necessarily mean that you want to do it over and over and over again. And on the other side of that, just because something is super exciting and exhilarating and joyful for you doesn't actually mean it'll sell to your specific ideal audience. So I want you to just take a look at the most lucrative things from last year. And if it's not a fit for this coming year, what about it could be a fit? What things about it did you like or love? Maybe there's a way to shift the program or the product or the service that you offered and that was the most lucrative into something that feels exciting and joyful for you. So think about that, maybe jot down some notes, and we're going to be moving on to question number five. What's something that you're feeling called to bring into your life or your business in the coming year? So this doesn't have to make any logical sense. It doesn't have to look good on paper. It doesn't have to look good in your bank account. It just has to feel right and true for you. What's something that you're called to do this year? Something that feels like it is lighting you up from the inside. Maybe you want to write a book, but you don't really know how that's going to work. Maybe you want to start another business. Maybe you want to, create something different, or be an artist and start painting or start dancing or start doing something more artistic with your life and your business. What are you feeling called towards? What's lighting you up from the inside out? What is giving you joy to think about? And so with these five questions, I just want you to notice how it feels to reflect and think about the different variations of success that we're playing with here. We're playing with profit and profitability when we're talking about things that are lucrative, and we're also playing with the joy and the freedom and the creativity that comes with doing the things that light you up from the inside out. And my encouragement, my suggestion, and my hope for you is that you're able to find a way to merge the two. And so this is the part where we kind of get into, okay, how are we going to make these goals or these visions a reality? And so when it comes to goal setting, I want you to take that into account and maybe write down 3 goals that kind of bring all of this information that you collected together. And so as you start to set these goals based on the questions that we just asked, I want you to remember that they're going to be very personal to you and your business and your life and what you want to create in this beautiful, life that you've been given. I know that things can feel like I need to do this because of XYZ, or I have to do this because I already said I would, but just give yourself a moment to have these goals feel also like they're dreams and visions and miracles come true. So if you could choose 3 goals for the coming year, goals that feel like they're fully you, fully lit up, fully exciting for you, what would they be? Take a moment to think about it. Take a moment to jot down some notes. And it's okay not to have all of your goals set right now, especially because maybe you had some in mind that are not feeling fully in integrity with who you are and who you're becoming. So I want you to maybe take a moment to close your eyes if you're feeling like you're not totally clear and certain on what your goals are. We got some clarity on the things that are lighting you up and maybe bringing you money, and I want you to find a way to fuse the two if they're not already fused. And like I said, this can take some time. It's not always black and white. It doesn't always come to you the next day or the same day or right after doing a practice like this, but I want you to feel like it's possible for you to fuse profit and joy, lucrative offerings and offerings that feel like freedom to you. You can fuse both together, and I hope that this video helps you do just that. And so once you have your goals decided for the year ahead, I'd love to know what they are. So comment below and tell me, what are your goals for the new year? What do you want to do? What do you want to create? What are the things that feel so true and right for you? Thank you so much for being here with me and doing this exercise with me today. And if you want more guidance like this, I invite you to download my free guide, The Soulful Business Roadmap. The link is down below. All you have to do is put in your name and email address, and that'll get sent straight to your inbox. Thank you so much again for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now, and Happy New Year. Bye.